This video is sponsored by Recharge. Hey guys, Chris here. In this video, we are doing the 120 kilometers an hour or 75 miles per hour range test in the Audi Q8 e-Tron 55. So today, we're going to find out just how far this car can go on a full charge of battery. And then at the end of the video, we're going to come back to these chargers, connect, and see what kind of charging speed will we actually get after passive heating, driving on the road for a few hours, and then connecting. That's correct, guys. No preconditioning, no active heating, no using the navigation system to preempt the battery for charging. We do that in a different style of video here on the channel. So today is all about getting that maximum efficiency, maximum range, and then for fun to seeing just what kind of charging speed we actually get when not using the active battery heating in a car like this. And then at the absolute end of the video, we're going to put this car into a chart and then rank it according to the range we were able to get. And guys, I'm super excited about this car because I actually owned the predecessor to this car, the pre-facelift, the Audi e-Tron 55. I had that car for a year. I loved it, and well, I love being back in an Audi Q8 e-Tron. This though has a much bigger battery pack than the car I had. There is one caveat though. The car I last tested was my own car on 20-inch wheels, a little bit colder than today. That test was done over 2 years ago. Today is really nice weather, 24, 25 degrees Celsius, but this car is also on 22-inch wheels. So how will that affect efficiency and range? Well, we're going to find out in today's video. We've now been on the road for about 15 minutes now, cruising northward on the E6 motorway. Our route today is a little more than 200 kilometers. So we're going to go a little more than 100 kilometers north, turn around, and then come back again. And what a beautiful day today. 24 degrees, 25 degrees Celsius, sunny weather, barely a cloud on the sky. And as we approach the minutes in video here, our consumption is 27.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is not low. I mean, either way you twist that or look at it, that is not low consumption. Hopefully that will drop as, you know, we get going a little bit, and, you know, but the weather today is pretty calm. Oh, I wish I could show you the lake now because it's 100% calm. I can remember the last time I saw it. It just looks like a sheet of ice or glass. It really, really is calm today. So the wind map said we have a tailwind of about 1 meter per second northward, but once we get halfway, that turns into headwind. Basically, zero wind today. It's completely calm. So, well, the consumption now has dropped to 26.2. So it's going down a little bit. So hopefully we're going to get closer to that 25.0 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, because I'm really excited to find out if this car has gotten more efficient with this facelift. I know it's kind of hard to compare when the weather, I mean, at least the temperature was a lot colder when I did the test the last time, around 10 degrees Celsius. Now it's around 24, 25 degrees Celsius. But this car being on 22-inch wheels will offset that a little bit, but it won't be directly comparable. But still though, this car in isolation will be interesting to see what results it will get. And also, I love driving this car. What a car to drive. I mean, it's still one of the most quiet, most comfortable electric SUVs on the market. This has big wheels and it does not have the double pane glass, so maybe a little bit more noisy than you can have it, but still super quiet, super comfortable. And the car hasn't binged or bunged at me once. Not when you change lanes, not when you don't keep your hand on the steering wheel for too long, because this has a pressure sensor. It doesn't have like an axis sensor. We have to sit like this constantly, like in other cars with auto steer. You just have to apply a little bit of pressure anywhere on the steering wheel and the car will just let you relax. It's such an awesome car to drive on a long trip with. Okay guys, enough about that. That's a little bit of an update for you. I'm going to drive for about 50 more minutes, 45 more minutes, then see you at our turnaround point. Okay, we are now here at our turnaround point where the E6 motorway ends for this section. We're going to do an exit here, exit 76 to Moelv. This is a turnaround point right next to this Shell station. I actually think they have some new recharge chargers, if I'm not mistaken. over here. I saw some kind of recharge banner. Yeah, right over there. 8 chem power chargers. So, okay. So we're gonna do a right here in the roundabout, and outside temperature 25 degrees Celsius. A little bit more cloudy here. Oh, not really, just a little bit more clouds off there in the distance. So let's take a look at the average consumption. 25.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That is not too bad. Dropped a little bit since our last update. Hopefully we're going to stay at that consumption, maybe lower it even a little more as we get back to our starting point in Esso in Gardermoen. So we're going to do a left here, and then we're going to go on the on-ramp to the motorway, and then head southwards again, and I'll catch up with you guys in an hour for me, or a few seconds for you. An hour later for me, a few seconds later for you. We're here at our exit, at our endpoint. So we take one exit and then we exit on the exit ramp up to the Esso station. And we're gonna go to the chargers up here because these are 225 kilowatts, the fastest ones. And well, those are also vacant, all of them. There's also chargers over here, 8 chem power chargers, limited to 150 kilowatts, but hopefully 225 is vacant, even though this Kona is charging at the 225 kilowatt charger, and that car peaks at like 70 or 80 kilowatts. So let's stop here, and then we're gonna connect, but before we do that, this is like with the cable, right? A little bit short. Let's take a look at the consumption, guys. 25.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That is not too bad. I don't know. We're going to take a look at those numbers and calculate theoretical range at the end of the video. But first, let's connect and see what kind of charging speed we're now going to get after a few hours on the road. So like the pre-facelift Q8 E-Tron, the charging port is here on the right front fender, which is a little bit unusual today in 2023 with a lot of more new electric cars on the market. So I had to actually move the car again to be able to get to the charger. So we're going to choose the charger here on the right side. And as this is charging, we're starting to initialize. We're here at 31% state of charge. I just want to give a huge thanks to today's video sponsor, Recharge, who is, well, the largest charge point operator in the Nordic countries, Norway, Sweden, and Finland, with 4,000 charging points across all of these countries. And yeah, they have chargers everywhere. They've been updating a lot of their chargers lately. So again, a huge thanks to them for sponsoring today's video. So we're now connected. Actually, look at this. Right away, guys, we start to initialize, and we start to actually charge. 31%, we're at 144.8 kilowatts. This car has a peak charge speed of 170 kilowatts, but I'm not that familiar with the charging curve of this car. It's a little bit different than the old E-Tron, which, you know, peaked at 150 kilowatts, but you had a flat charging curve all the way up to 79%. This is supposed to dip off a little bit sooner, and also the 10 to 80% is supposed to be longer, but it also has a much larger battery. Let's tap this again to just check out. Yeah, let's see. There we get it. So yeah, 147 kilowatts. I don't think that is too bad at 34% state of charge. No preheating, no preconditioning, but ambient temperature outside is 20, not 100. 26, 27 degrees Celsius, but it is climbing a little bit. Check this out, guys. Will we be able to reach 150 kilowatts? We're at 410 volts, 360 amps, so there's still a lot of amperage left in the charger to be able to charge faster. This is therefore limited by the battery. The car is telling the charger not to give me more amperage at this voltage. But yeah, almost 149 kilowatts at 35%, not too shabby. Before we end today's video, let's take a look at the battery pack size, the consumption, and then calculate theoretical range. So this being the new Q8 E-Tron 55. It has a much bigger battery than the old E-Tron 55, the car that I owned a few years ago. The old car had a usable capacity of 86 or 86.5 kilowatt hours. This new one has a usable battery capacity of 106 kilowatt hours. That's about 20 kilowatt hours more, or almost 25% bigger and more capacity. That is pretty insane. The gross capacity of this is actually 114 kilowatt hours. So we take that number, 106 kilowatt hours, and then we divide that by the consumption, 25.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and then subtract about 3% in heat loss. We get a theoretical range under today's conditions of 397 kilometers, which, to be honest, is actually pretty decent and actually pretty good. I mean, you're going to be able to go 4 hours on the motorway at motorway speeds under these conditions without having to stop to do a charge. And that is, I mean, I'm going to stop, especially if you have, kids in the car, you have your spouse. Somebody is going to want to stop before 4 hours to go to the toilet, buy something to drink, or eat some food. This is a family car, and you have to, consider it under those conditions. But with that being said, it's still not as good as the Mercedes EQS SUV 450 I tested a month ago. That car had lower consumption, a little bit bigger usable capacity in the battery, and therefore about 20-25 kilometers more range. Is that a huge difference? No, but this still, paints a picture of this platform, this car, not being the most efficient when an EQS SUV, which is a wider, a taller, a longer, a bigger car that is heavier, is more efficient. Well, granted, that car was on 21-inch wheels. This one is on 22s. Maybe if this car was on 21s, it would be more efficient. Obviously, it would, but I still think it wouldn't be as efficient as that EQS SUV. And that test was also done in colder and milder conditions. Today, I don't know, 27, 28 degrees Celsius at the end of this test means that we're running the AC at pretty decent pace. Everything was done in efficiency mode, the AC and also the drivetrain. But I mean, it's a nice improvement, especially considering that this is a converted ICE platform. Remember, this is the MLB Evo. It's called MLB Evo. So this is the same platform that underpins like the Porsche Cayenne. It underpins the Bentley Bentayga, the Lamborghini Urus, the Audi Q7, and also the Q8 E-Tron. So everything considered, nice upgrade with the battery, nice upgrade with the efficiency, nice upgrade with the extra range, and it's a nice upgrade overall. I don't think we're going to see huge strides in efficiency in the Q8 before this is on a new platform, but that's not many years away, maybe 3 years away. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.